of green energy in Springfield, even death row inmates got to enjoy the benefits of electricity. Left with no choice, Burns decided to copy and build a high-tech spherical arena to divert the power supply. For the grand opening, he even invited Lisa's favorite K-pop girl group, Knee-High Sock Dolls, to keep a smile on his daughter's face. Homer vowed to score concert tickets at all costs. The trick was to be fast enough, but clearly even a 40-year single's reflexes can turn into a clueless fool.
Dad, how can they all be gone in under a second?
Homer immediately decided to turn to the resale market. It turned out that every single ticket had been swept up by someone operating under the name Seatmeiser and was now being resold at outrageous prices. Lisa knew perfectly well what the family could afford. There was no way they were buying tickets, let alone going. Bart tried to comfort her, saying there was no need to be upset. She could always watch rich kids' videos on social media. Soon, everyone discovered that Seatmeiser had bought out all upcoming shows at the arena. Even tickets to obscure niche performances now required going through scalpers at a steep markup. To quell public outrage, the mayor declared it a terrorism crisis. A professor traced the account and found it had been created at the Springfield Public Library. Neighbors immediately began to suspect the people closest to them. Fortunately, the mayor had also brought in a top FBI criminal profiler. The profiler's passionate speech instantly reignited everyone's fighting spirit.
I'm so proud of you for not saying anything contaminated. Mouth cook with Peppy.
That evening was the girl group's concert, but Lisa could only stand outside the arena and stare longingly. It was then that Homer realized Lisa had never had any expectations of him to begin with. With nowhere to vent his frustration, he ran to the side of the spherical arena and kicked it repeatedly. At that moment, the school bus driver suddenly spoke up, pulling out 4 tickets and announcing they were available for just $500 and a clean urine sample.
How about $4.50 and clean it? Deal.
Homer danced his way home to receive Lisa's most heartfelt admiration. The family rushed to the venue, only to find it packed nearly to capacity. Clearly, people with money were still the majority. Bart lost interest after just 30 seconds of the show and wandered off to explore the arena. He noticed that the security presence inside was far beyond what would normally be expected.
Hey, what's with all the security?
It turned out the arena was one giant trap. The FBI profiler believed Seatmeiser would inevitably return to the venue to admire their own handiwork.
Well, that's your search for Seatmeiser. Also known as me.
Bart had a flash of inspiration. He lifted a staff member's ID badge and then swiped the police chief's walkie-talkie. This gave him access to the staff-only areas inside the arena and let him monitor police movements. Meanwhile, the profiler had already zeroed in on a suspect, a student at Springfield Elementary. The money they had earned was being used primarily to fund a series of stunts, insults directed at the principal, escalating from crop fields to the sky, with the next step reportedly being a projection onto the moon. Their conversation was overheard by Bart, who used the walkie-talkie to stay one step ahead of the search.
Hey, what are you doing back here, Pellet? I work here. See? Not very good.
At the same time, orders on his phone kept coming in non-stop. Business was suspiciously good. The profiler explained that she was placing orders continuously in order to pinpoint the scalper's phone location. Upon hearing this, Bart had no choice but to bid a reluctant farewell to his phone.
I love you so much.
With everything taken care of, Bart returned to his family's side as if nothing had happened. After the show ended, he tried to slip out with the crowd, but the profiler had set up a checkpoint at the exit, something he hadn't anticipated. She had followed the location signal to a phone sitting in a toilet tank, which she then recovered using advanced drying technology. All that remained was facial recognition of the group of kids to identify the mastermind. Standing near the back of the line, Bart grew increasingly anxious, but Lisa had already figured out the truth.
They're gonna catch you. What? What are you talking about? I know you're the Seatmeiser.
She had previously seen Bart making a deal with the school bus driver, and the moment Homer produced the concert tickets, everything clicked into place. As for how Bart had become Seatmeiser, he had simply asked GPT to write a ticket scalping system. AI had made wrongdoing as effortless as breathing. Lisa said she wouldn't expose Bart, but she wouldn't save him either. She then walked straight up and submitted to the facial recognition scan. When the process was complete, Bart was the only one left, and the profiler's conclusion was self-evident.
Oops.
On the way home, Bart explained that while he had been wandering the arena, he had also visited the room from which the videos had been uploaded. As for why the phone hadn't recognized his face, it was simply because he had never used his face to unlock it.